Yeah,
has been unbelievable. And, you know, whether it's the Sage, your Viper, or indeed your Astra, you know that this guy can deliver. But I agree with you. It's a tough task here, stepping into Haven. That said, he is wasting no time in getting this started. The opening duel already his Nano Swarm right away, given the protection to Sugetsu. He's not going to be pushed down on. And Team Liquid, they're trying to fight on multiple fronts, but they're not really meeting any results. A lot of damage done, but no kills yet.
Yeah, and the thing is, right now, FPX have pretty much every single piece of information they could ever need. They've spotted Soulcast. They've seen basically every other player with the drone into mid. So it's a tough spot right now for them to try and fall back into. At the same time, I'm looking at the health. Artist, Zipan, Xiao, all incredibly low. So it could be fairly difficult for them in this current scenario.
Definitely a tough round ahead with no heals at all. You know, it would be great to have that Sky in there popping back up to full, but you've got to avoid pretty much every fight at this point if you're any of the players on this side of the map. That leads to a retake. I would have thought, but instead they played two players under Heaven.
Spike planted.
Backside. And Batty ran in after they were long dead with his 70 HP. So now Artist is one hit, and Sugetsu's got to do it all. As you can see, that is not looking great.
Yeah, definitely not the prettiest of scenarios, and well, left all onto Artist, and I said he sort of needs a miracle here to get absolutely anything done. And I guess the main thing would be is if he can get a kill. Scream. Oh, he's now coming up with the flag. He's not going to go for the knife either.
Kick off, a little bit of wind in their sails right off the bat. I gotta ask, you know, what was going on here for FPX? It seemed clear.
Yeah, so they get the finances off to a good start. Okay, maybe not on the attack, but on that defense. And you can easily be out of this game.
Well, this is the thing, right? The snowball can be difficult to deal with. And when a team like Liquid gets wind in their sails, man, they can be dangerous on a map like this with so much space and so many holes typically to exploit and to poke into. Somewhere that Team Liquid are going to succeed a lot in playing a more skirmishy style. Now, we've already seen a bunch of the FPX players be able to take it to them in toe-to-toe battles. Well, that's a nice little way to kick this one off. Of course, no one's got shields to play with, so you're one hitting these guys to the body with that weapon. It's an operator. A little bit quicker to move, a little bit quicker to fire. Can be dealt with, but you know, you want one or two more kills here really for FPX, and the chances of that are significantly lower than I think FPX would want.
I feel like watching the pros use the Marshall just makes me feel so ridiculously silly for ever scoping in, because it is just one of those things where you could just rattle off shots and you could probably remove the scope from that gun and they really wouldn't care. It would still be something that gets brought into the rounds. It's just ridiculous how accurate it actually is from the hip fire. Nonetheless, one or two players to be getting the majority of the kills and getting those ultimate orbs, so that then you actually have one of your ultimates for a round like this, whereas
Blade Storm, or like we've seen in other games, like your Showstopper or something stupid coming in that can completely turn the tide of the game. For now, FPX are left with their utility on their belt, their weapons in their hands, and that's about all they've got to work with. We'll see, though, for Team Liquid, they haven't really taken much of a stance on this. Extremities are watched by chamber utility, and other than that, they just want to fight mid. They want to play these skirmishes, want to take these duels, but you can see FPX, they don't. They are giving all that control to Liquid willingly. They're even going to let a plant go down on B. They don't give a damn.
Already, they managed to at least dodge the small amount of utility that's there, and some spam will come through and do some decent damage already. Now, this is where things start to get a little bit scary. The aggression of Yumpy not really going to gain anything, but they still have this control, at least for now. However, FPX have done a decent job of, well, making all of those fights very costly. Link, though, a decent kill.
That's huge. It gets them a rifle and control of a part of the map. They're not stuck on B side anymore. They're able to go out, move through garage, come back to mid. They're losing all the duels on the way. Now, this could be good. They can play the sprays through, but they're going to get pushed on, and they know it. The spray away from Scream. The timing is terrible, and that means he hasn't got the ability to pull them off the defuse. Look at how low everybody is.
And now we're going to start seeing these purchases coming back into play. And from what I think I saw, there might already be an operator coming in on that attacking side.
There's definitely the potential. Now, remember that weapon can be sold, so you never know. But
Yeah, true.
on this map especially, it makes sense. Look, there's just so many range. As you can see, they're ready to go. Operator going to be charging out on long, but smoked
you
off
can't
right
get the
away.
opening door anymore.
And it's Yumpy that's going to be picking that up. Zipan has been deleted on that A long pick, and immediately Team Liquid reset into a default. They're not going to look to push this too aggressively. Instead, they want to focus on some control elsewhere. Good shots by Artis, but no kill to follow up on.
Wow. Okay, they're being torn a new one. Just a multitude of frags coming in incredibly quickly. Like we're looking at. Okay, I was gonna say a plant down and round over with still over a minute left, but they've denied that at least for a couple of extra seconds. And while Xiao, there's no chance. That is a surprising return to form for Team Liquid.
Is the rest of the fights that went down, like Artis being able to hit, down to 30 HP, got Yumpy, peeks to the other side, and you're sitting 3-1, and FPX have got nothing to work with. They're down on pistols yet again. This attack side's off to one hell of a strong start. Now, that is if they get this round.
What a fool Mitch Man is! He said nothing to work with, not realizing that Artis has a Blade Storm and has now got 2 kills. If you're a Liquid fan, that is at Mitchman on Twitter, at Mitchman on Twitter.
This guy comes in, honestly, they've got pistols to play with, the Blade Storm, and I'm thinking, okay, this is a clean round for Liquid, 4-1. I see the Blade Storm, like, all right, so there's, better give the caveat. If, and he goes out, drops 2 heads, quick as can be. The word save is probably floating around on Team Liquid if they don't get into a site quickly, but they do. They've got the A site. The retake attempt from FPX, though, with these pistols, it's pretty idyllic.
They've managed to find a couple of weapons. They've still got a Blade Storm. Like, considering what was invested in this round, they've got to go for it. And while Orbital Strike coming out straight away, it leaves Artis somewhat isolated, and he is going to get taken down. The rest of the team now looking to make their move, already trading out effectively, leaving just Soulcast remaining. But he's managing to isolate these fights. Not quite quick enough. The time, though, is ticking quite far gone. They might have actually baited this clock down just enough. It's going to be incredibly close, but they've got it in the end. You said about, like, not really having a chance in this round. I just wanted to caveat back to that.
Yeah.
And again, say to any Liquid fans, it's at Mitchman on Twitter.
It's a good thing about talk about in pretty much every series. Seeing this guy back reaching top form is exactly what I missed about the old G2. It's the only thing I missed about the old G2. Wow. Well, that's going to be Yumpy gone right away. Fatty G can see through smokes. You heard it here first.
Enemy tag.
Oh. Okay. Well, they know that there's someone all the way back. I don't know how much value that information is going to have, at least for now, but after already managing to find the opener, Nuvira just waiting patiently. Of course, he can get out of there as quickly as he likes, but I don't really see any reason, especially after you've heard the activation of the Tour de Force, for anyone to peek this. You know that there's still a likelihood of someone being there, and I think Batty is actually just jump spotting it from the corner.
Here we go, the blitz to come on through. I mean, he's got to be close to going out of ammo at this point. Batty's been spraying all game long. Look at Solkis and Link, man. They're 1 HP on the way back, trying desperately to get their health back up. Get on out of there. Scream's run out of heals at this point. That's how much damage Batty's been doing. I think he's upped his
30 seconds
ACS
left.
by about 200 in this one.
Oh, they've managed to at least bypass Artis, but he's waiting for the remainder of the players, and the turret of Saigetsu still gives them the information that the cross has come in, and he's just going to be waiting. This 1-2 punch leaving Scream alone, and he doesn't have the time to do anything here. Artis, who is definitely still there on Astra, is that as that site log, as that player who is basically just left to hold down C, he has the right utility. It's all about timing, though. It's similar, as said, to a Cypher. If you pop your cages early in the round, your value is diminished.